Hi, good morning, good afternoon. I have no idea what time you're going to be watching this. This is Galganov.com. It's actually video on Galganov.com. The first one went so well that we're going to continue doing these until people get fed up with seeing my face and hearing my voice. The editorial today, if you've read it, and I hope you have, is all about our flags, and a lot has been discussed over the last, well, it's been quite a while, but certainly in the last few weeks, maybe a month, about our flags, about the right to step on our flags, to desecrate our flags, to tear our flags up, the Canadian flag, the U.S. flag. You know, in the editorial today, I wrote about a time when I was a kid and I was out camping with a group of friends, and we got hold of an American flag, and we stuck it on the back of our car, and we drove through this campground, a state campground in New York State, with this flag, and a whole bunch of Americans chased us. Some got in front of the car. We were really scared, and they threatened to beat the crap out of us for desecrating their flag, and we didn't understand that at all, because in Canada, long before the Americans decided that it's okay to desecrate your own flag, we had come to that conclusion, and we thought, well, it's an expression of freedom. It's our way of expressing ourselves. It's the equivalent in Canada to your First Amendment, that we're allowed to say what we want, even if it means tearing our flag apart. And we accepted that. We thought that was great. We thought that we were really a civilized country where Americans were not. And then, not that many years ago, it was brought to your Supreme Court, and it was decided that, well, it's fine to desecrate the American flag too, to drag it through the mud, to stomp all over it, to make an expression of freedom. Well, it's not. My dad fought in World War II. My uncles fought in World War II. They went over right at the very beginning. And these are young Canadian boys who went overseas and never fought in anything. They weren't soldiers, but they spent 5 years overseas. And in my father's case, he went from England to the Netherlands. He was in the invasion of Sicily. He was wounded at Monte Cassino. He was decorated more times than he could remember. He had malaria. He did all kinds of stuff, but he wasn't just one. He was one of millions who fought for freedom, who fought under that flag, our Canadian flag. Just as Americans have been fighting under your flag for God knows how long, and not just for America, but for the world, for the freedom to stand up and say the things that I'm saying right now, for the freedom for me to write the things that I write, for the freedom for you to read the stuff that I write and to comment on it as well. So when I think about all these years ago, I was 16 years old, maybe 17 years old at the time, and I thought I had all the answers, of course. And I thought it was right that we should not have our freedoms restricted. Freedom of expression is very important. And if it means desecrating the flag, well, so be it. Well, you know, it's not right. That flag means everything. Your flag, my flag, it really, honest to goodness, means everything. It is the very freedom that sustains us. Without it, we're nothing. I can tell you today, when I ride my motorcycle and I ride with the groups of the people who I ride with, we all ride for freedom. I mean, that's what we do. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be taking another pledge ride to take that pledge. And it is a pledge for freedom. It's a pledge against a second Holocaust. But it really stands for who we are as a people. I'll tell you right now, as part of that pledge, I'm going to include another couple of sentences to it. And those sentences will include this: I'm prepared to fight. I'm prepared to take a beating. I'm prepared to give a beating. I'm prepared to go to jail if necessary to defend those flags, yours and mine, because they really represent everything. No one should step on them, because when you step on those flags, you're stepping on my dad. You're stepping on his memory, his contributions. And you're stepping on the millions of Americans and other Canadian soldiers who've done no less and are doing no less today. So, again, thank you very much for watching Galganov.com on YouTube. Thanks for reading the editorials, and thank you very much for spreading the word and letting people know about Galganov.com, and for all the help and support you give. Have a great